All right, welcome to my trade-in recap for today, October 3rd, 2024. So today, this recap is going to be a little bit different because today was my first losing day after having 9 straight winning days. The reason why it's going to be different is because not because I lost, but because of the way I lost and how I reacted to it. It's one thing to just take a trade and then you lose and you move on. Take a trade, lose, and you move on because it just didn't work out. But, if you end up going on tilt, or you over leverage, or whatever the case is, like I did, I over leveraged significantly that I was end up down like $700-800 to start the day after my first trade. And, over the last 9 days, anytime I was trading or I saw like a bigger drawdown or a bigger R risk to reward, or my risk is gonna be a lot more, I end up reducing my my contract size. So at the most I would lose if a trade goes bad at say 200 or $100 or whatever the case is. I make the adjustments. But today I was just not in it and I didn't make the adjustment. So when the trade went against me, it went against me bad, but I still got out where I would have normally got out if if I had the proper risk to reward. And so I took it as like, all right, well, this is a fire drill. And so throughout the day, I was just trying to figure out like, what steps do I need to take to make sure that I am always in, like I'm always focused in on the trades and making the proper risk to rewards. I'm not allowing any other thing out there to cloud my judgment. And so throughout the day, after I got done trading, I thought through the day and tried to figure out what was I doing and why I didn't make the decision to decrease the contract size. And then also, why did I make the decision to try to jump back into a trade to make the money back? So those are the two things that I worked on, mentally today after the day. And, I guess, I need to also congratulate myself because I went from like $700-800 down to only losing $40 today. So it's a big deal, but to put yourself through that is just unnecessary, and I have to do better. So today I spent some time and I listened to some psychology things that I can do differently. And one of the things that came up when I was listening is, how do you get yourself, where's your optimal performance at, whether or not, if you're a trader or you're an athlete or you're a doctor or whatever you are, there's a place where you are just focused in. And how do you always get yourself to that optimal state? So, doing some research and just making sure that I can make the changes is that there's 3 things that I need to do. And I found this on a podcast today, and I'm going to see if I can get those things into place. And the first thing is that, as a trader, once you sit down, you have to make sure your mind is flipped. You have to go from, whatever you're doing in the day, or how you woke up in the morning, whatever conversation you had, whatever is going on, you have to be able to flip the switch, to be focused in on the task at hand, and be so focused in on it that it feels, not say it feels like the only thing going on, but you're in and you're at the optimal state. So how do I find my optimal state, right? So I got to flip the switch and make sure that I'm focused in. But also I have to make sure that, the optimal state means, how do I trade my best? So, I am a scalper. And, when I trade my best is because I am managing my trade in the sense of I'm calculating what my risk is. I'm adjusting my contract size. I'm being disciplined as possible to I'm waiting for the candle to close, all those different things, right? I'm waiting for a liquidity pool. I'm waiting for all those things. And those always put me in an optimal state that my performance works out good. And that's what I've been doing for the last 9 days. But this morning, like I said, I didn't flip my mind. I didn't flip the switch. Throughout the morning, I was like, you should get up and walk away from the computer. And that's before I even took a trade. I was getting myself to get up. So my mind wasn't in it for some reason. And then after flipping the switch, there's another switch that control switch, where you have to control your impulses, like in a sense of control your impulses, that when you didn't flip the switch and now you've made some mistakes, now you have to find that area at control level where you control yourself so you don't continue to make mistakes. And I would say I did find that today, because I only end up taking 6 trades. I was one win, 5 losses, but the one win that I got brought me all the way back, right? And the last thing is that, once you're done with trading, I have to go find that recovery, right? Recover my mind. I'm going to post the podcast that I got that from, but those are some of the changes that I'm going to be making sure that I am focused in on each day. And then the other question I'm going to start asking myself, that I did not ask myself when I took that first trade was, how would you feel if the trade goes against you? I wasn't thinking like that. I wasn't thinking that, if this trade goes against me, then I'm going to do this like I typically do and blah, blah, blah. And if it was a proper risk to rewards, none of those things I would have done. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have tried to chase the trade and all those different things because I'm okay with losing, but I'm not okay with losing more than what I expect or what's in my plan or whatever the case is. So yeah. So those are some of the things that I'm going to put in place and I'm going to focus on to make sure that I am doing the right thing and making sure that I'm getting myself in the most optimal state. And then when it comes to the charts, the most optimal state for me is just backing up and reading the chart and taking my time and not rushing into trades, making sure my R&R is good, making sure that I'm reading the candle, reading price action, and getting in there and getting some wins. Like when I come in the morning, if I get like a nice little one contract win, it sets me up. I'm like, okay, it's like you're just hitting the ball, right? You're just taking a shot, you're getting a free throw, you are just getting a rebound, you feel good, you're running up and down, you're like, all right, I'm here. So maybe that's one of the ways that I can help myself flip the switch, reduce contract size completely. And but I've just been mulling through my mind, and losing one day, people be like, oh my God, you won 9 days in a row, now you lost one, and you're taking it like it's really like the worst thing ever. But if I want to be the best trader and improve every day, I gotta take it very seriously. So I take it very seriously. So when I lose, I try not to lose myself, but I try to make sure that I am taking steps to be better. So, if I wouldn't have lost today, I wouldn't have taken the steps to find those things, you know what I mean? To find all those things and to try to fix what I was doing. And, the funny thing is that one of the things that harmed me today is that I wasn't patient, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. You have to flip the switch to get yourself in that patient mind, to get yourself in that math mind, to make sure that you're paying attention, make sure you're reading price action, to make sure that you're blocking out whatever needs to be blocked out so you can trade properly, so you can do the job properly. And the funny thing is that after I got up, the setup that I should have been waiting for all day, it showed up and it freaking went really well. It's like the setup I was waiting for that happened around here would have been this one right here. This fair value gap that flipped right there. That one right there. That's the one I needed to take it all the way down there. So, and that would have gave me the proper risk to reward, because I don't want any of my risk to reward to ever be over more than 25, what's that, 97 to 10, right? So that's what, 13, 14 points at the most I was risking, you know, and yeah. So yeah, you just have to be patient, and yeah. So I am glad that I lost. Not happy I lost, but glad, because I'm gonna be mulling through these things and how to always find myself in the optimal trading performance, making sure I am flipping the switch, flipping the control switch, and make sure that when I'm done, I am moving on with my day, right? Because trading is purely mental. You can find 100 different strategies and they work. You can back test them, you can improve to make the win percentage improve and improve and improve. But if you're not improving your mental, nothing will work. So I'm glad I lost. Hate that I lost, but I'm glad I did, because now I'm gonna add into my my important things that I want for me to get to consistently. You know, how do I find my optimal trading, and how am I gonna grade myself to make sure that I do that every single day? Sorry I didn't go over any charts today, but you know, just had to make the mental part is very important that I had to take care of. If you have any questions, concerns, and you ever want to talk trading, please don't hesitate to reach out. But you know, yeah. All right. Thanks for whoever is listening. Bye.